As I was thinking about what we are doing, it really is an opportunity for people to connect with their beingness. We are not conscious of the compartmentalization. We just say, this is who I am, right? Who you are is different depending on the environment that you find yourself in or the people that you find yourself connected with. So I hold myself out as an example. At 71 years old, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey to self-acceptance. And I think it may be that way for many of us, that we look at the pieces of ourselves and decide, I can show that. No, I can't show that. Is there a danger? How deep is the danger if I show you all of me? Oh, I can show these people this part of me, and these people this part of me, and these people this part of me. And then the question is, how long before you get tired of just compartmentalizing your beingness? Hey, hey.
Oh, we are here. We were scheduled to go live at 8 o'clock, but we followed the way. And here we are. I don't even know what time it is. At a swift 8:33, looking sharp as ever and ready to have a good old conversation with everybody in Facebook land. How you doing, Dr. Sue?
Hey, I'm great. How are you? And listen, it is the right time. I'm saying it's the right time.
You know the right time.
Do it, girl.
It's the right time to be. I've known that song from, though? It's not necessarily from the song, but from the Cosby Show. They used to do the little things on the steps.
Well, don't say Cosby. I'm just saying. Okay, straighten up, Dr. Sue. Straighten up.
Completely different conversation. All right, guys. So this is week, what, 6 or 5? I think 6. Week 6. We had the first week, we talked about chakra. Second week, we talked about the flint, root, so sacral, solar plexus, so heart chakra. We're on week 6 of a 10-week series, and we are doing all about the chakras and the power that lies within the chakras. That is ours. And we all have chakras. And a lot of people want to be kind of hesitant about a chakra, like, the power within and this and that and the other. It's like, okay, like any other power source, you got to be plugged in. This is your core.
Oh, yeah.
This is your core right here. This has got to get plugged in. We got to get the energy flowing through. Because regardless whether we're plugged in or not, if the energy's not flowing, you got a short, you got a frayed wire, you got a this and that, and the power can't get through, it gets trapped. So you see sparks, you see smoke, all these things. These are things that show up in our life when we don't realize the power that is flowing through us, that we are keeping locked in, that is causing us some sparks and burns in our lives. So we just want to take back the responsibility that we were given to orchestrate that power the way that we see fit. And a good way to do that is to focus on the chakras, seeing what those energy centers are like, the characteristics of each one of them, so that we can better see ourselves. So that is what we're talking about. And today is the 4th chakra. It's the center of all the chakras. It's the heart chakra. This is my favorite one. The heart chakra is that chakra that is what we associate with some of our deepest pains and victories. So I'm going to introduce the word right now, samskara. Samskara is like, how do I put it? A samskara is like residue. A samskara is like residue. I once had a friend, and she was going through, I wouldn't even say a breakup, it's just a switchy relationship. It's just like the relationship was taking on a different dynamic. It was going, I saw her when it came in 2-1, when it wasn't expected. I seen her go through an amazing one, which was great. And I saw her fade out of that same one, which was also just as unexpected. And it was in the cusp of, I think this getting ready to fade into a new one, because in my long time, I've been consoled by such and such. So I said to her, I said, think of the best soup that you can make. And most soups, it's like, the best you can make, it cooks for a long time. And when this thing starts to cook and the flavors meld together and everything is just right, and then we eat it. And the lower it gets, it leaves this residue as it goes. Like the soup is gone, but there's all this residue left. So when we're going from relationship to job to job, from style, outfits, growth, sexuality, religion, spirituality, expansion, we talk about we talk about behavior, and we talk about these things, but there's also this thing. Because if I were to take the same drink and the same amount of time, I'm hearing some things early down just a little bit. Put your body down just a little bit.
My volume.
Okay. Yeah. Can you still hear me?
There's a little distortion on my end.
Okay. I don't hear any feedback. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good. Because the feedback lesson, it went down. So yeah, you take the same exact ingredients, you take the same amount of time, the same amount of love, same amount of care to what you're creating. But if you don't clean the pot and you just dump all that stuff back in that same pot, it's not gonna taste the same. Same amount of time, same amount of love, same amount of attention, same pot, same stove, same temperature, same spoon, same everything. But if you don't clean off the last one before you make the new one, you're filtering every new experience through an old one. And where it happens the most, woo, is in our hearts. What you thinking, Dr. Sue?
Oh, I think you are so absolutely right. And I was having a conversation earlier today with a young woman, and I said to her that really it's all about love. We're all, people are constantly searching for purpose, but the only purpose really is, it's not outside, it's inside of you. You learn to love yourself and accept yourself with all of your blemishes, what you call blemishes. It's just a part of who you are. So you learn to love yourself in totality, and then you can have some love to send to someone else. But if I got all my hurts from all the bad relationships, all the heartbreak, all the depression, all the everything else that's been going on that I think hasn't been good for me, that's the filter. That is the filter that I am sharing all of this with other people. And so it's no wonder that, well, I don't trust you, because in the heart is where we have trust issues. I don't trust you. I'm jealous of you. I'm insecure. You know, all of those things. When you find that there is an abundance of those kind of issues or concerns, then you look, is the heart chakra blocked? Yeah, we need to do the work right there.
Yeah. That's that agape love. And that's the type of love that we get confused with a lot of other loves, like eros and philos. So it's, eros is that attraction, that daring, that excited, that, mostly intimate type of love. That philos is like the friendship or whatever. But think about most marriages. It took the eros to get going, right? But it takes that philos to keep it going. You got to become friends with who you're falling in love with. And people think it's falling out of love. It's falling into a different phase of our relationship. It's in that friendship. When you can kick it with who you with and be intimate with that person, friends with benefits with rings, please. You know what I mean? That's the sweet spot.
I think you become you ideally you would want to be friends first,
Right,
because that gives you a very strong foundation
right,
to build on.
right,
Because if it's all eros, it's all sexual,
right,
then when the thrill is gone, the relationship's gone too.
right. But the key to that is in this love, there's different departments of love, but there's always love. The only contrast comes when we think it's the wrong thing when it leaves or changes form. None of it's wrong. So the pushback that we have and that we hold on in our hearts most of the time is not because we're so afraid to get what we don't want. We are more afraid to not get what we want.
Yeah, yeah.
I want you to open my car door. I want you to do this. I want you to do I want blue eyes and I want long hair and I mean, okay, so so you tell me if a perfectly good person came over and they didn't do this, that, you go, well, you know what? That's cool because I am seeing that what I present will really show up in front of me what I want because the people who ain't okay, they'll leave. And that is the type of love we gotta consume is to let love leave. That is love when we are respecting the relationships that we have, even when they're severed. Because we realize that being who I am was so pure that that person couldn't stay.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, of course it might hurt. Somebody cheated on you. Yeah, cry, you know what I mean? Break something, but tomorrow you need to feel.
Well, the thing about the heart chakra, I always had a quote unquote theory. And one of my theories is that people really do die from broken hearts
Oh,
because the energy is deficient and because they can't come back from it. It's like when you when the heart chakra isn't in alignment, when it's not functioning properly, then you have all kinds of illnesses related to the organ itself, right? And so when you say, oh, nobody can die from a broken heart, yeah, they spiral down into depression. They begin to have these suicidal ideations. They do things that are not in alignment with their highest good. But I was thinking earlier about this and also real thought, when the heart chakra is not healthy, when it is not in alignment and full as it should be, then you look at the other lower level chakras and they're not in alignment either. You've got insecurities in that root chakra. You've got a lot of emotional stuff going on in the sacral and the solar plexus. And all of those are out of alignment, maybe not to the same extent, but you'll find that they're not healthy either. And so if the lower chakras, the lower three are connected with the higher three through the heart. The heart is the central. And so all of the divine goodness that's coming down from the crown can't get to your root because there's blockage in the heart. The heart is where we have to work. If we want to have this society that we say we want to have, where we love each other, where we are not judging and we can do all these higher level things and be our best self, we have to work here. But in order to work here, then we got to work on those lower chakras, because if I am in survival mode, then I can't see. I don't have the love to give you. And I can't see that because all I can think about is surviving. Where's my next meal coming from? How am I going to do this? Where am I going to live? All of those things keep us out of the fourth chakra.
Mm-hmm. I like that you said surviving, because in like kind of reverse retrospect, that survival mode is linked to the affirmation, which I was saying before we got on here, is I love. And when we say I love something, or I love in a way, things to do with love, and that's rejected from someone, that is like a form of grief, because it's a part of us that we feel is we created that just was healed. And now we got to mourn it, because what do we do next? We try to find a different way to receive love. So we keep tying out to our natural, whatever our naturalness is, in order to please or gain the love that we want, so that we feel that feeling that we want to feel in love. But when you said heart attack, I said, well, it's really not the attack. An attack. It's like heart exhaustion. It's really what we should call it, because imagine a mother being, spending so many years thinking about and wishing and praying for a child, and finally gets a child. And she's walking through a park one day, holding her child's hand, and someone runs by and snatches her child. One person runs with the child, one person holding her. Think of the legs and the arms reaching out for that child, and she can't hold that child. That is what I imagine the heart doing when. Do you have feedback again? That's like I hear myself twice. But that's like the heart, because the only thing the heart knows is love. It's not that's what the heart wants to do. No, the heart is love. It's not the heart saying, I want to. It's the heart saying, I'm loving, I'm loving, I'm loving, I'm loving, I'm loving, I'm loving, I'm loving. And us holding it back. When we hate something, we like the way someone dressed, we don't like this, we don't like that. Who cares what you like? You get what you like, you get. But you look at someone else saying what you like, what you don't like. It's no to the person. You're doing yourself by allowing any criteria to make you not love every criteria.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it. You don't have to be it. You don't have to wear it. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to say it. You don't have to go there. You don't have to tell it. You don't have to be with it. You got to talk to it. You ain't got to call it back. But you don't have to hate it.
No.
But we do. We say we don't. Well, we do. Different nationalities, different religions, all of these things. I mean, I could say some wild stuff. I know for sure that there's one thing everybody can agree on, is that something, no matter what it is, created us.
I agree.
If that's something, regardless of what that something is, created it, who am I to complain about it? We're saying you didn't make that, excuse me, you didn't make that right. Yes, you missed one. You missed one. No? And why would I keep it's not a heart attack. It's heart exhaustion. Because we just won't let it love. We won't let it love. We just no, I don't know. It's it's like it's instead of an explosion, it's an implosion. It collapses into itself.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. One of the things I have come to believe is that the ultimate freedom lies in release. So when you can release the negative beliefs, when you can release the negative emotions, emotion is energy in motion. So when you can allow, if you have really evolved, then you pretty much have reached a point where you you understand the connection that we all are one in the big scheme. We are all one because we are all created in the image of the divine, whatever that divine energy or creative force is. So when you can get to that, then you begin to release the labels, release the judgment, let go of the jealousy. Why are you jealous of your arm, right? If we're one and we're connected through source, why am I jealous of me? Now, is that not the craziest thing you ever heard? Why am I hating me? It's because we don't see that. We still are focused on the separation rather than the first and the greatest law, which is that there is only one. There's only one. And we are that one. And when you can really, really tap into that and understand that, the heart opens, the energy flows, everything comes back into alignment because you're not judging yourself, you're not hating yourself, you're not hating anybody else, you're not judging anybody. From the source, love pours out through you to everybody, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's I don't always get there, but I can assure you I am always in the strive mode. I'm striving to be my highest and my best self. That is, now I wasn't always there. I'm just gonna say, because I've been human in this human body trying to navigate the human way that we humans do, right? Which has its own problems. But when I made the commitment and when I had the intention to always strive to be my highest self, that was really when I began to understand that regardless, when it comes to religion, religion is all about man's interpretation of stuff. But every religion started with the same thing: love.
Love.
It's all about love. Now, how the different religions interpret that's a man thing. That's where the problem comes in.
That's where you work out your own salvation.
If we just go with the purity of source is love. I am one with source, therefore I am love. You and I are one, therefore we are love.
Right.
You don't get caught up in that ugliness.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. And that is that ugliness, like we said, you're fighting with your arm, like what's the saying? Cut off the foot to spite the leg, or something like that. Or
cut off your nose to spite your face.
Crazy. Cut off the hand, spite the arm, like all of it. And that's what we do when we separate ourselves from all that is that one. And not just have it, not the arrows. You ain't gotta like it and go be with it. You don't gotta be philos. You don't gotta be his friend. Love is about honor, like, and reverence, to everything that is a part of the whole. And we can do that. That is possible. Because we're living testimonies that is possible. It really is. But that is, I feel like where, I'm getting ready to play this video again, because I think, a lot of times people kind of skip forward. But I want them to see this video, because when she's talking about the decompartmentalization, I think this is where it happens the most as well. The root chakra, because we're coming into, who you are, and your parents telling you this, and you're doing these things to get friends, and you're starting to communicate and stuff. The root chakra definitely is one of them. But here in the heart, I feel like there's a lot of decompartmentalization too. Because love is something that not only should we just be of, but when we think of it in those different aspects of friendship and relationship, we start severing ourselves to please different people. Who here got 3 different friends and 3 groups of friends, and them 3 groups ain't never hung out together? Except at the birthday where they kind of like, so they know who they each are. But these friends, you just hang out with them, and these friends, it's just they, things like that. We sever ourselves a lot, and you will realize that one person comes together when you realize that you've been doing that and putting on certain facts. They're all you, but you can be all those things in every single group too. So I'm gonna play this video right fast so they can see.
As I was thinking about what we are doing, it really is an opportunity for people to connect with their beingness. We are not conscious of the compartmentalization. We just say, this is who I am, right? Who you are is different depending on the environment that you find yourself in or the people that you find yourself connected with. So I hold myself out as an example. At 71 years old, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey to self-acceptance. And I think it may be that way for many of us, that we look at the pieces of ourselves and decide, I can show that. No, I can't show that. Is there a danger? How deep is the danger if I show you all of me? Oh, I can show these people this part of me, and these people this part of me, and these people this part of me. And then the question is, how long before you get tired of just compartmentalizing your beingness?
Every time at the end of that thing, I'm just jamming to that music.
I was thinking about my, I always tell my business, that's just it. Right? Because there's so many things to learn, right? But I was thinking about relationships that I have. And there was a time that I had 3 friends. I loved them each very dearly. And one of the things that they were not in group, but individually, I said to each of them, oh, I want you to meet my friends. Come on, and they each said, I don't want to meet them. I just want you. I just want to be your friend. I don't want to be their friends. Yeah. I have to tell you, and each of them said that. I have to tell you that I didn't get it then. I don't get it now. Because I grew up in a space where let's all be friends. And granted, some people in the group didn't like other people, but we still had some connection. We still interacted with each other. It's like, we're not all best friends, but we're all friends. So I just don't get it that people these days, it's like, it's a possessive, that philos love, brotherly, sisterly love, but it's a very possessive love that can only relate to one person as opposed to having love for the group. And I'm not saying that you got to be best friends, but come on. That's one of the reasons that there is such compartmentalization, because when I'm with you, you want to see this part of me. When I'm with somebody else, it's like, I can talk to her or him about this, but I can't talk about that because I don't want them to judge me. Or I can share that intimate part, but no, we can't venture into that space. So when we think about it, or when I think about friends and family too, it's the same thing. It's like, I don't like being pulled apart like that. And yet, the conditions, the circumstances, the people almost demand that you show up that way. But if you're going to be true to yourself, you have to reach a point where you say, I love me just the way I am, shadow parts and all. I come as a total package. You love me, you love all of me. You don't love any of me, I'm okay with that. You can only take parts of me, I'm so sorry, we can't be friends because I come up all of the time. I am showing up as all of who I am. Now, I have to tell you, that took some years to get there, but what a beautiful place to be. This is the me that I be. I'm just
And
saying.
you don't have to, you never have to tell anyone goodbye. You never have to tell anyone to leave. You just simply be who you are. Show up wherever you are called to be. Do the best that you can while you're there. And keep that on repeat. It doesn't matter where you show up, and it doesn't matter who's there when you show up. You're not there for them. Or you may be, but in your respect, you're not there for them. You're just being divinely led. This is one of the scriptures, and I say it a lot, that I feel is thrown around the most, but it's the one that is not practiced 99% of the time. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thine understanding. Oh, he gonna be there? I ain't going. That's your understanding. That is a perfectly good party. And you was keeping yourself from having a good time because such gonna be there. Girl, go there. Go such. I mean, so what? Such and such gonna be there. What such and such got to do with the party? The whole reason of it is to go and have a good time. No one said you had to dance with such and such all night when you got there. No one even said you had to talk to such and such. But we allow, experiences that we have with people, places, and things, ideas, and feelings to dictate fresh experiences in our lives, which is some scholars. We got a whole nother meal that we are about to eat, and we're thinking that we don't have to completely discard the last one, as good as it may have been. It must be discarded because a good thing held past the moment of it being good instantly. So, just so in that video, you talk about that decompartmentalization, and I feel like in this heart chakra, where that long is, and where that once we get that experience of good love, we don't allow a lot of other unique experiences of it. Because we associate, if I really, really like this person, but with such and such, I just felt like this is a completely different experience. It's not supposed to, it never will feel like that or this or the other again. And this is where we fashion our definition of love, what it's supposed to look like, and the fact that we know we won't love forever, and we won't this forever. Basing that off of one experience that we've had in the past, and not truly where we are in that moment, in that first experience. Ain't watch the pot, trying to make more soup. Disgusting. So yeah. So let me make sure I went through all the little specs. So as I was talking about that, I was thinking about, because it's the circulatory system. That circulation of effort. And the effort, the only effort we need to bring in situations of love is ourselves and our open minds and open heart to experience it for what it is, not for what we expect it to be, not for what we don't want it to be. Either one. The good and the bad is just easy to hold on to, and neither one of them need to be still in the pot when you're making your soup. So when you're talking about the circulatory system, we got to make sure that we are flushing out. Because circulation is not just a renewal. It's also a disposal process. So like those cells, if they don't regenerate or renew themselves, then that's when you start to feel that fatigue. It's like the bones, the cartilage start to deteriorate. You lose that mass in between your joints, and that stuff starts to kind of deplete. And then it's also your stomach, sorry, your throat. I'm like, that ain't right. I read this earlier. It's the immune system. Because I was telling you, like, one of the of lupus is about the immune system. And I do feel, I literally was saying this years ago, I'm like, and I won't say this out, go into the whole detail, but I'm like, I know how to heal my lupus. And it's almost like I'm just now getting into the energy work because I was wondering why every time I knew I could heal my lupus, I got this almost like an anxiety, almost like someone put this burden of responsibility on me or something, but it was me. It was happening, but it was me that was doing it because I knew good damn well that I didn't want to eat what I needed to eat. I still want to have my hot fries. I still want to drink my coffee. I still want to put cheese and extra mayonnaise on everything. I still want to put fries and bread. I still want to go get that fish sandwich at McDonald's. I still wanted to, the burden that I was feeling was me quietly admitting that, girl, you're not about to do that. But knowing exactly what I needed to do. Love. I was wanting to love myself enough to put in the work, but I held myself back. We know what's right. That is a part of love. And we can't do anything that's not filtered to what we do to ourselves. So you know good damn well, what you're supposed to be doing. If you ain't doing it, that is a form of hate. Because you are refusing yourself the love that it takes and nurture that it takes to get you back to where you know you're supposed to be. But you too damn lazy to do what needs to be done. I'm telling you, y'all. That's why we don't have heart attacks. We have the heart exhaustion because we're just we know all the ingredients to love ourselves effectively, efficiently, and thoroughly. But we don't do it. We don't say what we know we're supposed to say to it. Our spouse, girlfriend, friend, co-worker, boss, mother, father, sister, brother, doctor. You go to the doctor, y'all been complaining about something for 10 months. You get to the doctor, like, how you doing? Oh, fine, how are you? I'm Peachy King. I'm just coming by to see how y'all doing today.
But sometimes you do feel better when you get to the doctor, right? I always
because we know we can heal ourselves. That is, don't even get me started. Of course you feel better because you know you need to go because something that you was. Oh, sorry. This is the I'm not follow me. We get a pain. We know what it is. We know what caused it. But we say, okay, I know what it is. I know what caused it. And note taken. Next day, you feel the pain. You know what caused it. And he's like, oh, yeah, I felt that yesterday. I knew that's what it was. Then the next day, you feel the pain. You know what caused it. And then you call the doctor?
Give me the magic pill to fix it.
What? Dehydration? We know we don't drink enough water. Putting salt on everything, we know we don't need it. That is just us retraining our taste buds. Yes, food may be boring for a little bit, but I promise you, once you get your taste buds back, because it ain't gonna be the lack of taste, you've been overstimulated. And now for lack of a better terms, your tongue is full. It's like a rotten ass kid crying to get its way. That's what our taste buds are. Keeping us from being healthy, happy, sleeping better, getting rid of disease. All these things can be done, but we like salt too much.
Stop talking about me.
Girl, I'm talking about me. I love salt. I love salt. But you know what I love more? Flexibility. You know what I mean? Like that flexibility. And when you are so dried up, it don't all your juices come out too fast. Think about a tomato. A tomato is nice and juicy when you just cut into it and when you bite into it, it's like just luscious and whatever. Pour some salt on the plate though. It takes all the juice up, and then you put that joker on yourself. It's gonna be kind of like spongy like. That's why. It pulls that salt pulls all the natural lubricant and stuff out of your joints and things. That's why when it causes high blood pressure, you're swelling because it's trying to produce fake fluid that pumped into it, but it's just hurting you. It's just inflamed. It's not good for you. That's like versus having a conversation, but just really having a fist fight. Either way it goes, it's your body's way of trying to help you, but one of them will hurt you and be more painful for you. Just drink the water. Just drink the water. All you gotta do is drink the water. You know? Not to mention the things we should not, refrain from doing, but we want to, for some reason, do those things, instead of keep ourselves and our space more pure, like going into occupations where there is more, or if we do need to say something, speaking in love and not in vengeance. That's what you're doing that to yourself. You're acting as if I'm going to pick him off. But what you're saying is, I'm so unhappy that I want someone else to feel it too. Why not just not nobody feel it? And stop getting it on everybody else. Also repeat it for yourself. The book has to stop somewhere. And it can start with us putting the books back in and loving ourselves. This is where we are. In any evolution we choose to go in. Not doing it for any other reason. And that's the feeling that we feel, and that's what we love. It's just, I don't know, love is a beautiful thing. I was reading, listening to the pilgrimage today while before work. And on my way to work, I had to pick somebody up for work, and the whole time we're silent. I'm so sorry, but I'm listening to my phone. And he was talking about the spirit of love exercise, which is one of the things that is leading up to the retreat that we're getting ready to have. And one of the practices in the retreat will be that thing that he's talking about in the book Pilgrim. It's that spirit of love exercise where you just sing like a childhood song, right? And then, before we had an idea of what love was, the bugs, the grass, the rain. We outside the sun. We trying to get some rain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the car went down and the back seat of the car. I don't know what y'all was doing. But the lightning bugs and strangers. Hey, we just love. It doesn't matter the nationality. It didn't matter the religion. We wasn't 2 years old saying, we at the park and get ready to play baseball or whatever. But are you a Christian? We weren't worried about none of that. We weren't worried about none of that.
Yeah.
And we were fine. But then we had to get some ideas of what love was. Put stipulations on love. And all of that, with all this stuff that's taken out of your pot. We're just open up. Waiting for what will and what can to come and wash away. because we know that each new experience is just as beautiful as the one that just passed. And the next one to come will be just as beautiful. So the last thing, my rose quartz is the element for the heart. It's got some citrine in there, right in there. But it's a doozy. It's a biggie.
It is a big one.
So I got this at Earthbound in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I love her. And I do got some. I thought I had some malachite. I think what I remember is having the little beads that be on the bracelets, but I'm pretty sure I mailed it to somebody. I think I gave it away because I had a bunch of them from Earthbound too. I used to give out as gifts. So yeah, so it's malachite and rose quartz are the main ones. But anything green really, like the color is green, so it would be like a aventurine. Aventurine is good for a lot of things, and the heart chakra is one of those things.
Chrysocolla.
Huh?
Chrysocolla.
Yes. Yep. And then pine, like pine is good for. In the food spectrum, again, it's think green, but I think it was like maybe garlic as well. Let me look at
almost anything green, any food, green food.
Yeah, how it was like and fermented food. That was the one thing that I was like, it was something that was kind of generic. So like even if you have like fermented food, even if it's not green, like some kimchi, that would be good. But leafy greens, broccoli, asparagus, green apples, kiwi, celery, and then of course green vegetables and fermented food. So that will also include vinegar, and I would imagine kombucha. Because that's fermented drink. Kombucha is good for any chakra, though. That's just good all the way around. And I'm lucky because I know a lot of people, for some reason, don't like vinegar. And I'm like, I love vinegar. I love it.
I only like it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I like it sometimes.
I recently started doing the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I recently started doing that.
With the red label.
Yeah, and in fact, that's what I have in the glass with a little water. So I'm a sugar addict, and so during the day I don't have a problem with craving it, but at night I always want a snack, right? And my brain wants a sweet snack. But what I found is that if I just have a little bit of the apple cider vinegar in water, then it takes away that desire for sweetness.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, there you go, folks. You heard it here. So, have you investigated a sweet snack that you like that would be good for you?
I haven't, and here's why. I have an addictive personality. I have that addictive gene. Anything that has the sugar in it, alcohol, I don't drink because it stimulates the same place in my brain as the sugar does. So I'm the person that, how some people say, well, I just can't eat one chip. I can't eat one cookie. I can't eat one slice of pie. I can't eat one slice of cake. The only way I know to regulate that, I just don't do it because I know if I have cake, then I'll go to Publix and I'll buy one slice. Because I know if I bring the whole thing home.
Cookie, cake, and pie good for you?
Nope.
Okay. My question was, have you investigated something that's good for you that is sweet?
What's good for me? Sweet potato. They don't have the sugar I need, girl.
Have you ever tried cotton candy grapes?
I don't like grapes.
Have you ever tried cotton candy grapes?
I haven't tried cotton candy, but I've had like the grape grapes and the other kind of flavored grapes.
Try cotton candy grapes. Just try it.
Yes, ma'am.
Just try it. And let me know what you think. If you hate them, I want to know it.
I won't hate them And honestly, I am now at a point, and you and I talked about this. I was heavy carb. I like bread, I like cake, I like the white rice, I like all of the wrong things, right? And so over the last, at this point it would be about five, no, over the last 6 weeks, I've transitioned off of the sugar, I've transitioned away from the white foods. I've started to cook, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't do it often.
You cooking up
When
there?
I cook enough to last, and I separate it into my little containers, and I freeze half.
Meal prep. That's good.
I cook enough so that I have variety. Like I may cook zucchini and yellow squash as separate, and I may do some roasted red onions and roasted potatoes and asparagus and Brussels sprouts. So I'll do a whole lot. And then I have some so that every day I'm eating something different. I don't get tired of it, but I'm only going to cook one time.
Yeah.
Only one time. So I cook about twice a month, but I cook enough that I can freeze. And by the time I finish eating what I put in the refrigerator, I have rotated through multiple different meals, right? And none of them are the same.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. See, that's kind of cooking I like to do too. Cook a whole bunch of stuff I like and then pick and choose throughout it until it's gone. Yeah, that's how you do that. But we're gonna try the grapes, cotton candy grapes.
Okay.
They could possibly be seasonal. I don't know that much about them, so if you can't find them, they do exist. You've seen them before, right? Usually,
Where
like
you get them? Do you what store?
Public, somewhere like that. Yeah, I won't try Walmart. You know, they ain't gonna have. I mean, they have had them before. I've seen them there, but it's usually just sometimes. But there are other stores that tend to have them pretty regularly.
I will try them because truly I am reintroducing myself to green stuff. It's all psychological. It has been a psychological journey of me, as you were saying, learning to detox from the sugar, detox from the salt, detox from all of that stuff that I couldn't taste the flavor of the food because it was so, I couldn't eat it if it didn't have salt or sugar. So now that I've gone totally plant-based, one of the things that I did was introduce myself to having a salad without having ranch dressing or any of the other heavy dressing because I said, what does lettuce taste like when it doesn't have dressing on it? What does pepper, a mushroom? And those were all things that I've had to get reacquainted with it to taste the natural flavor and the different types of lettuce. Iceberg lettuce is a no-no. It has no nutritional value. But I've been trying, different colors of lettuce to see, well, how does that taste? Well, how does this taste? So I'm on a journey. I'm on a food journey, and the intention is to love myself, through the food that I eat, the choices that I make in terms of physical activity, actually in terms of everything that I'm consuming, whether it's a movie or a book or a type of food, because I think that all of this, again, is a way of showing yourself love, which goes to the heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supporting the heart chakra?
Yeah. And I like whenever you were saying that about the taste buds, a lot of our taste comes from our smell. You know, a lot of times our smell isn't good, the taste isn't as good too. And next week, it is the throat chakra. Throat chakra has a lot to do with sinuses. So those two being so close in relation to each other and being basically next door neighbors, if one's playing their music loud, the other one's gonna hear it, you know. So the heart and having that addition to what you love, and then that 5 is making you have to have intensified definitions of what you love because the throat chakra has been dulling your relationship with love. Now clear up your sinuses and smell, and you're like, oh my God, this tastes too strong. And then you will naturally stop using salt and wanting so much sugar. I mean, this stuff is just so good. I mean, it's just so good. I love the chakras because it explains so much. You know, it's just those different characteristics of feelings. You know, we get lost in love and regret and emotions and this and that. Like, but you can look at this and find out where they're all hanging out and who talking to who, who's influencing who, who's believing who. It's all with the knowledge that you have of your own energy system that you can see how they all correlate to the food you eat, to the men you date, to the jobs you take, to the car you drive, to the clothes you wear. Like, I'm trying to tell you. But when you realize so many things have been affecting it, it doesn't mean you have to change it. You just gotta make sure, did I choose this though?
Right.
That's all. And then we'll go from there. Go from there. Because if you realize someone that chose it for you, and it worked for you, you have to reclaim that decision. Yes, they chose it for me, but I'm choosing to keep it. So now it's my decision. And then you start unraveling all those ties. You know how they say soul ties and these ties and those ties, because it's generational that comes down with people cutting the ends of the ham off, and you thinking that you got to cut the ends of the ham off because you make the ham better. But truly, the only reason she was cutting the ends of the ham off is now, idea of ham and money, you done it all. I'm trying to tell you, Dr. Sue.
You're off the chain.
We off the something here. We off the something. We gonna look like the pastor say. We gonna free some people tonight. We gonna free people in money tonight. Yes, you decide. Even if someone chose and works for you, reclaim your choice to keep. You choose. You decide. You decide. You decide. You decide. You decide. It's you. It's you. All right, so we right at it. It's 9:28. We about to slide out of here. And I don't know about you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I am off tomorrow. And I'm feeling good. And I don't even know. I think I'm gonna get on Toy's nerves. I'm just gonna go in there and just get on.
No, I think I'm going to. I have become, quote unquote, addictive to watching one show before I go to bed, right?
No,
but I don't watch anything that's going to be heavy.
pleasure.
I don't watch anything that's going to be heavy. No bad, negative stuff. I watch stuff that makes me laugh, that makes me feel good, to release some of the energy from the day. For instance, because I've been up, I work mostly on Zoom. I've been on Zoom calls since 8:30 this morning. So I'm going to release some of the steam and kick back with my water.
your water. We're talking about water or vinegar. You're vinegar.
and enjoy life. Y'all, it's all about self-love. When you can love yourself and all your body parts and all your thoughts, the good, bad, and the ugly, without judgment.
No judgment.
Without judgment. When you can just accept all of who you be, when you can look into the mirror of your own mind and see the you in your essence that the Creator created you to be, that's love. Then you got something. And
go get you a rose stone. Go get your rose stone. A lot of people say, oh, I didn't believe in the heebie-jeebie. You don't have to believe in none of that. But get something. You can take the top from your water bottle. Okay? Take the top from your water bottle and carry it with you every day and put it in your pocket. And every time you stick your hand in your pocket and you touch it, you ain't got to pull it out. You just, anytime you touch it, think of something that you can do that you can love yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how many times you touch it, do something. Go look in the mirror and be like, you know, it ain't got to be big. Just something. Even if it's something silly, but make it integrated.
Listen, one of the things with this heart chakra, one of the things that it's recommended that you do, ladies, gentlemen, give yourself a big hug, because here's the thing. It releases that chemical called oxytocin and makes you feel good all over from your head to your toe. So,
Cause I'm feeling good. I knew that I would.
You can't feel bad if you're feeling good. You can't be angry if you are smiling and happy. Come on. So, pick the emotion that you have. Be intentional. You want to feel good? Move your body. You can't move your body and be depressed. You just can't. You jump up and down. Listen, I don't know if y'all know Tony Robbins. I'm just saying, one of the biggest names in personal development. Tony Robbins comes out on the stage, but before he comes out, he's jumping up and down on his little mini trampoline. You can't feel bad if you're moving. The energy is moving through your body. You're feeling these emotions, they're happy emotions, releasing some of that oxytocin and whatever else the creator has being released. But you can't feel bad. You feel good. Come on, the heart chakra is all about feeling good.
Yes, it is. It's feeling good. All right, well, that concludes our show for today. And we're going to be back next Wednesday, as promised, at 8 p.m. Eastern. No, 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 Eastern.
Central, 6 Pacific. And next week, we're going to be talking about the throat chakra. The throat chakra is one for everybody. The throat chakra is where we start to speak over ourselves. The throat chakra will cause your affirmations to be for good or for nothing. The throat chakra is very, very pivotal when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to really, when you realize that you're deciding and putting that decision before you, it starts to literally, you can start to see the road being paved. Because a lot of times, most of the time, the way we walk within new experiences is the road is paved behind us. Because it's not set out until we made a step on it. But when you start to trust more, because you're loving more and accepting more, you start to speak more life into your life instead of speaking more death. Instead of speaking these things that you don't want to see manifest. And instead of doing things that make you feel better, you want to take time away from those better thoughts by thinking something completely contrary to what you want to see. So we're going to talk about that next week. This is the one that I'm probably going to spaz out on. I'm not going to lie. Heart chakra is my favorite because it was through which I was able to let go of a lot of things. It's where I did my biggest dump. Somebody's might be somewhere else's. But the throat chakra is where I gained my power. So yeah, I look forward to next week. So we'll see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah, we up.
As I was thinking about what we are doing, it really is an opportunity for people to connect with their beingness. We are not conscious of the compartmentalization. We just say, this is who I am, right? Who you are is different depending on the environment that you find yourself in, or the people that you find yourself connected with. So I hold myself out as an example. At 71 years old, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey to self-acceptance. And I think it may be that way for many of us, that we look at the pieces of ourselves and decide, I can show that. No, I can't show that. Is there a danger? How deep is the danger if I show you all of me? Oh, I can show these people this part of me, and these people this part of me, and these people this part of me. And then the question is, how long before you get tired of just compartmentalizing your beingness